Yo, I'm sick and tired of hearing this piece of crap. I can't stand this.
That's considered to be a. Let's see. I'm trying to get to your questions because once I answer one, it's hard to get to the other ones. All right. I'm sorry if I'm missing your stuff. Isaac said, I'm a huge fan. Can I get a shout out? What's up, Isaac Davis? What it do? Let's see. OT is the GOAT. Thank you. Thank you for that. Is the audio real? I'm not convinced that the audio is real. I do not believe the audio is fake, if that makes sense. But I do believe that the transcript that was overlaid over the audio is 100% fake. Let me tell you why I think it's fake. Because there is an impossibility that during the CETO call that Nolan was on the boat. Because two witnesses that have come forward to TMZ and law enforcement has made mention that they saw Nolan alive after Warren and them had already left. So there are witnesses that told police that they saw Nolan alive after everybody that Nolan came with had already left. And not everybody, but all the boys that have been implicated in this, that people claiming that they were gone. They were gone. And so that's why you look, and I listen to the audio, and I tried to be as fair as I can. I listen to it. I do not hear Nolan. I hear no. I can see how somebody can say Nolan. I can see how you can hear it if that's what you're looking for. Is he dead? I can see how somebody can derive that if you think Nolan is on a boat. But if Nolan is not on a boat, you have to then reconsider what you're hearing. Is it dead? They could be talking about the bilge pump, or they could be talking about the battery on the boat. That makes more sense when you put it within context that Nolan wasn't on the boat.
Bullshit.
I saw video of Nolan not being on the boat. I put it on my Instagram.
Bullshit. That's fake. That is fake.
I heard from Javen Post he was with his parents and friends going back home, possibly. But he did leave his phone on the boat with Nolan's phone.
Bullshit.
What did you ever say or do to Nolan's mom to make her dismissive to the thought of your name on Don Lemon? Man, I think that I'm interfering with their poor behavior. Like, I mean, that's just my opinion. Like, when I look at it, I say, I reached out to them first. When I first reported on this, I didn't say nothing wrong about her parents. Nothing. I just said, this is a tragedy, but why are they jumping the race? These boys, I said at the beginning, these boys could have done it. I don't know. But why are they jumping the race when it doesn't appear that race is a factor here? They don't have any evidence of it. You can't just say, it must be about race because they're white. That's not an investigatory strategy, and it's not fair. That's called racism. And so all I said was, why they jumping the race? Let's let the information come out. Here's what we know so far. I never disparaged his parents. I never said anything about his parents or none of that. We reached out to Benjamin Crump's team. We asked them for an interview so that the truth of what they have can be disseminated to you guys. They refused. We reached out to them 4 times. They refused. They came back the 5th time and say, we're not taking interviews. You know, that's not my fault. After I reached out and we already proved this on a video I displayed. We have evidence of this, emails, everything, timestamp, everything. And so when they first said they didn't want to, they pretty much ignored us. Then Warren's stepmother reached out, and then we followed up on that lead. So how are you guys acting as if I'm biased? Not you. I'm not talking about y'all. Y'all smart enough to know how I operate for the last, I don't know, 9 years. But why are they saying I'm biased? And as if I was against the family when I reached out to them before I had contact with anybody else.
So who is us? Who is
That's
us?
because I exposed some of the stuff that they've been lying to the world about. What do you think happened to Nolan? I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, try to figure out, bitch.
I don't know what happened to him. Because I have a analytical mind, I can see a few different things happening. I can see somebody killing him without using blunt force, and I can see him just drowning and nobody doing anything to him. I can see him drinking and potentially being intoxicated, maybe fatigued, being out in the sun. I was out at Horn Island. I don't know. We probably was out there for an hour. Man, I was like, I gotta go take a nap. I'm tired. I was exhausted. I was sunburned. I mean, imagine being out there drinking for 4 hours. That could cause you to be. I could see that happening. I could see him going to somewhere and going underwater. Nobody ever seeing them again, and everybody's drunk and partying. And they like, and they just never realized that he got drifted off. You know, I could see that happening too. I could see somebody killing him. But the people that I talk to, they have alibis. Now, I can't say every single person that was out there. I don't know what these people did. I just know the people that was in these pictures and they saying they killed Nolan. They gave alibis of why they weren't even there. Why aren't they releasing the toxicology results? Because they have to present this to a grand jury first. They're going about their work like they would do every investigation. They're not doing nothing up and beyond or different. I think the law enforcement agencies want to make sure they dot their I's across their T's. They don't want no impropriety. They don't want their city to burn because they did something shady. So I believe that they're doing what they're supposed to do so they can get the results in an unbiased way. Why would someone kill him? There's no reason. Only I don't know. You know, I've been around long enough as a former police officer to know.
You don't care, piece of
people
shit.
Be doing all kind of stuff, man, and stuff can hit the fan and on accident and all kind of stuff. So
you don't care to find
I've
out.
seen people get killed on purpose, on accident. I didn't see all kinds of stuff.
And you don't care to find out.
I could see him getting into a fight, that going south. I could see somebody potentially giving him drugs, OD, that went south. I could see him falling off a boat drunk. People realize that he fell off the boat. They're afraid because they doing drugs or something, and they don't want to be caught, so they leave Nolan. They're afraid to say anything because they don't think they killed Nolan.
What?
I can see that being a factor. I can see him just going out and swim and use the restroom, drowning. I can see him, potentially trying to swim somewhere that he shouldn't because he was overconfident in his swimming, drowning. I can see a different. I mean, we don't know anything could happen.
But you defending the suspect.
And I tell you what,
You're defending.
I feel like there's people that's looking for answers more so than Trump and his parents. If you truth, the parents of the boys sent me a 70-page document that I think is more thorough than the police probably did. And so
You're a sellout. I ain't buying.
They said your number one hater has arrived. Don't be a hater, man. Somebody say stop lying. You ignorant fool. Somebody say he was killed. If you think he was killed, then we shall see when the investigation concludes.
You're a sellout. Sellout.
Me and Tatum used to crump in the locker room. Who is that? Let's see. What about the audio? I think I've already addressed the audio. I don't think the transcription of the audio. That toxicology report going to open up a can of worms. And it could, man. It could. I don't know what the toxicology results. And I told you guys that some people were saying that drugs could be involved. Some people were telling me that they seen it. Like, it's a bunch of stuff coming out. So we'll see if what they said is true. I don't know.
You're a liar. Liar.
Man, when somebody makes something about race with no evidence, it damages their credibility in my eyes. Because you have to say, what does race got to do with this? If somebody killed a kid, they killed him and they should go to prison. Why is it some special murder because the kids are white? That's crazy to me. That's like saying it about a black person. Oh, they must have did something because they black. No, that ain't right. You need to have some evidence before you start saying, oh, it's because they black.
You're stupid. You're so dumb. You shouldn't be talking to no one. You should be locked away.
We still saying Officer Tatum get 10,000 a post. Boy, I wish I got 10,000 a post. I'll run it up. Come on. We post 5-6 times a day. Run it up. I wouldn't be in this house right now. I'd be I don't know what I'd be doing. Y'all see me. I'd be talking to you on a private jet if I was getting 10,000 a post. How much would I make if I was getting 10,000 a post? Let's see. I do about 5 posts a day. That's $50,000 a day on just Instagram. We post about 4 times a day on YouTube. So that's already $90,000 a day. Then we post about 3-4 times on TikTok, Facebook. Y'all saying I'll be making $200,000 a day. Bro, please, somebody give me the plug. $10,000 a post. I'm rich, bro. $200,000 a day. Y'all know I wouldn't even be talking to y'all.
You be making money. You're a liar, man.
Right now, I be going live from my yacht.
It's so disgusting.
With a little verdict in my hand, sipping. With a butler and a chef cooking sushi that he caught out the water. I wouldn't even be at the house. I'd be out here. Y'all be mad at me. I'd be in Japan eating sushi. Going live. All right. Somebody said, try Verdict is so good. Verdict is good. I ain't gonna even lie. It's the best bourbon I've ever had. Too bad it's not all around the country because I have to try everybody else's second-class bourbon. What would your response be if the white boys actually did kill him? I don't think this is the case, but how would you? So let's play that scenario out. If somehow I've been deceived and they did it, I'm gonna sue them. I'm gonna sue them. So, but first of all, if there was any possibility that they could have done that, I wouldn't give them a platform to lie about it on my platform. I'm not giving them a platform to lie on my platform. So that's why before I made any reference or did anything, I needed some evidence that what they were saying was legitimate.
You're so dumb.
I give them an interview. Because I'm not going to be a part of somebody lying.
This guy is so stupid.
On my platform. And if somehow they trick me with their lawyers and everything else, you got to think it would be a conspiracy just to go after me. Because, that would be the only thing that would try to make Brandon look bad or something. Because you're going to prison if you decided to go on my channel and lie to the world and give law enforcement ammunition to put you in prison and then you lied. That's another charge. So more than likely, I could bet my career on it. I'm almost bet my career on it by seeing evidence. Now, I can't speak for nobody that wasn't a part of this. Some other white guy at the island or something. It ain't got nothing to do with what I have presented. I ain't talked to that person. I have no idea what that person did. I just don't think it's his friends at all. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying, but I think if I think I know what you're saying, of course I don't think his friends had anything to do. The ones that his friends ain't got nothing to do with him getting killed. I mean, anyway. B. Tatum, were you on Live PD? No, I never been featured on Live PD.
How much they paying you?
Who said it wasn't a setup?
How much they
paying?
Man,
nobody set me up. Go to prison over a setup. I gotta give them. I gotta give them a round of applause.
How much they paying this guy?
I wish I was making 10,000 a post. I'm telling y'all, boy. Y'all would never hear me complaining.
He making a lot of money. That's why
thank you for doing all that you do. More people in the world should be like you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
This guy's making.
It may just be a horrible accident. It might. Why do people have to jump? This is why I question people when they jump the race when this could have been an accident. Like, why jump the race when this could have been an accident? All this division and conjuring up racial division and hatred in our country when nobody knows what happened.
What our country?
That's just crazy to me.
What our country? What our country? It's a white man's country. The white man treat you anyhow.
Somebody said, what was the 70-page document that you referred to a minute ago? Somebody went out and decided to do their due diligence and putting everything together that they think could be
this guy's
an important topic in this investigation.
Such a liar, man.
And it was like 70 pages.
That's all he do.
And it was very detailed.
Shut up, man.
I mean, obsessively detailed. And that came from the white side, which is, you know, I think anyway.
So you do see color. You do see
do
color.
you and Candace still run Blexit? No, we do not. Blexit has been taken over by Turning Point, and it's called Rise now. Maybe his friends don't have nothing to do with him getting killed, but maybe they are present when it happened. And then, you know, anything is possible, but based on the testimony they gave, and they weren't there.
Man. Shut up.
Fortunately and unfortunately.
Shut up. You so dumb.
Do you really know what happened? Either because you weren't an eyewitness, days passed, and then you went and interviewed certain kids after they already deleted what they wanted to delete. How do you know that's true? There is no evidence that they deleted anything.
What?
I didn't do a forensic extraction of their phones.
What?
So I don't know exactly what happened, but I do know what evidence was shown to me that was verifiable.
You're a fucking liar, man.
So I don't know how many beers they drank. I didn't ask. I don't know.
But you know
That's
they drank beer. You know.
I do see Live 360 or Life 360, whatever it's called, Life 360. I do see GPS tracking. I do see on his phone when Warren called the Coast Guard. I do see where Warren called, you know, where they mentioned that they called the CETO. The CETO is an official record and it's time-stamped. So all the things that they said to me lined up with verifiable evidence. That's all I'm going off of. If they were just saying, trust me, bro, then we wouldn't be here right now.
Shut up. All bullshit you speak. Everything this.
So I said, can you dive deeper into social media stuff? Like, I don't know. You got to ask me some questions, but let me tell you why I'm questioning whether or not the boys deleted stuff in the phone or not. Right? Let me show you what's out there and what I have to contend with as far as evidence. The mother is saying the lack of Snapchatting leads her to believe that things had been deleted from his phone. I don't really see them consistently saying that other materials in the phone was deleted. Just the lack of social media presence made her believe that things may have been deleted from social media on his phone. Now, okay, that's out there. The two things as an investigator that you would have to consider is, do you know for a fact things are deleted, or are you assuming things are deleted? Here's the difference. If you know things were deleted, then therefore you would have the deleted material, which means that when somebody deletes something from the phone and you see it in the deleted folder, that to me shows that you know they deleted it because you can see that they deleted it in the deleted folder. The other side of it, you just assume because it's no way that you can forensically investigate their phone to determine if in fact things were actually deleted. So if you see things that are not there, you can only assume they were deleted. You cannot prove they deleted. You have to give that phone over to a forensic investigator that can prove that this was an item that was deleted. This text message was deleted. And then you have to do a forensic investigation to determine when was that deleted. Because you would have to be able to rule out, did Nolan delete certain stuff from his phone that his mama not aware of? Did the boys delete something from his phone? Who deleted something from his phone? Was it all 23 of them? Or was it one? Who was the one? What did they delete? Were they asked to delete something out of the phone from Nolan or not? Like, it begins to be a deeper investigation when it comes to what was deleted and what wasn't deleted. So from my impression of everything, it doesn't appear that anything was deleted. It appeared that mom assumed things were deleted because things that she expected to be there wasn't there. All right, let me see. I'm trying to get to some questions. I missed a few of them. So if you had one, hit me again. I see my buddy in the chat. I can't find your thing, man. I saw you comment, but then it's gone. Just hit me up again, bro. Let's see. So I said they were the last to have his phone. Now, in the mind of an average person that has never done investigations and has never seen things that happen that's bizarre, then of course the simplistic thing is that they were the last with his phone. But there's no chain of custody of that because before they left, Nolan was taking his phone to and from the boat. There were multiple people going on and off the boat. How does anybody determine if something had not been deleted when Nolan was still alive and they were still on the boat at 10 o'clock? I mean, 11 o'clock, 12, 1. Somebody could have deleted stuff on Nolan's phone before they ever left, before Nolan ever died. Nolan could have deleted stuff off his phone before he ever departed from his phone. Therefore, that's why you have to have a forensic audit of the phone so you can determine, was there anything deleted? What exactly was deleted? What time it was deleted? Therefore, you can rule out who could have possibly deleted it. Then once you determine that, you go, where was his phone at during this period of time? Could he have been in possession of his own phone, or could anybody else be in possession of his phone? Okay, once you determine that, then you say, okay, only 30 people had access to his phone. So now we got to figure out, one of the 30 people, where were you at when this happened? It's a lot of stuff to go into this. You don't just say, oh, they were the last people with his phone, so they must have deleted something. Well, you got to determine when things were deleted. Because I'm not saying that the parents did this. This would be based on their previous behavior. I wouldn't be shocked if they did this. But how do you know as an investigator that the family didn't delete stuff out of the phone and say they did it? So you're not going to be able to, just so people that are aware, you won't be able to charge anybody if you don't have these questions answered. Because if you charge somebody for deleting something out of a phone, and there's a possibility that they didn't do it, then you're going to be in trouble, right? You're not going to have a case. So one of the determining factors as an impartial investigator is I'll have to rule out if there's things deleted. Just say we found things that were deleted. I have to rule out people that possibly could have deleted it. One being Nolan himself. Could there be things that he deleted that had nothing to do with them? Could his friends delete it? And could his parents delete it? Because people can delete stuff and frame somebody else. So as an investigator that don't know anybody, that's impartial, you have to anticipate, could his family members delete it? Could his friend have deleted stuff out of his phone? Because you got to think of this. What's up, bro? I think the probability of him deleting his Snap memories is low. So you got to think about it like this too. You have, the phone did not go from the boy's possession to Nolan's mama. The phone went from the boy's possession to Javen's mama, or Javen and his mama. Then at some point it got to Christine. So you have to then rule out, did they have anything to do with it? deleting anything out of the phone before it got to the mother. The likelihood of that happening is very low, but anything can happen. Now, this is another thing, too. This is one thing you guys have to contend with. The boys are saying we didn't delete anything. Okay. I believe their statements, but that don't make their statements true. There has to be a forensic investigation into deletion, and there has to be something ruled out. Because we don't know if anything was ever deleted. We have never seen, the public has not seen anything being deleted. So it could all be lies. We don't know. You know, people are saying his snaps were deleted, but that don't mean that they actually were deleted. Now, if I went to talk to the family and they go, see, look, here's how we know these things were deleted. Okay, then. Now we got somebody that deleted it. Now we got to determine who did it. Will you ever go on Patrick and David? Yes. Like here's another hypothesis. Let me just say if I was going in it blind and I had to make a suggestion. I believe that they would have thrown his phone in the ocean, never to be found ever again, or smashed his phone up and destroyed it. Think about this for a minute. They're either, like somebody said this and it stuck with me forever. They're either the smartest criminals. These people are in a belief that they're the smartest criminals to ever live while simultaneously being the dumbest criminals to ever live. If you're smart enough to coordinate a murder undetected by hundreds of people on an island, and none of your friends snitch, you're able to carry that out. But then you're also too dumb to destroy his phone and to get rid of any possible evidence that can convict you of a crime. And then you have the phone, but you can just destroy the phone and say his phone ain't here.
This guy glorifying
you don't have a search
the
warrant, so you can't come in my house.
This guy glorifying the killer.
I'm not giving you the phone. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No, you're glorifying the
John,
killer.
what's up?
The white boys that
y'all, John, on Tuesday, I think it's this coming Tuesday, John is getting ready to have the fight of his life, John Kuhneman. And, you know, my bets are on him that he's going to be 11-0, all finishes. So y'all go check John out. I cannot wait. It's going to be great. I hate that I have to mention it on this crazy live stream, but John Kuhneman, y'all need to go check John Kuhneman out. Contender Series on Tuesday. I forget the actual date on Tuesday, but I'm going to be there. Actually, I'm going to be there on Monday. Y'all go check John Kuhneman out. Oh, up and coming fighter. My expectation is that John is going to get another finish, therefore remaining undefeated and getting a contract with the UFC. Boom. Prediction is done. I'll be there.
You're dumb.
Let's see. Why are you so invested in this? Law enforcement, so it advised you to stay away from this case. No, nobody. Listen. I'm a journalist. That's like saying, why is the news media reporting on a murder? My investment is I want to know what happened to Nolan Wells.
No, you're a freaking liar.
It's out in the public.
Look at him have to look up.
It's a big case.
Look at him.
There's a lot of mystery in it. And in my efforts to find out what happened,
that's a lie.
All I'm doing,
your effort is to defend. Because I don't have access.
I'm not looking at nobody's phone. I'm not doing any law enforcement.
You're defending the suspect. You're defending the suspect. You're defending the suspect, you dumbass pig.
But then weirdos come out and lie about me, and therefore I have to defend it. The bottom line should have been, y'all should have just stuck to talking about him in my interview. Love you too, baby. Y'all should have just stuck to talking about him in my interview. I didn't need to bring my name into it. All I did was interview somebody.
You're defending.
But since you brought me up, now I got to defend my interview because y'all acting like I didn't did something wrong. All I did was interview kids that wanted to be interviewed because y'all out here because you're too stupid to get any information.
You're too stupid.
Saying people that kill people with no information.
You're so dumb exposing yourself. Look at him. He's saying that his interest is to defend himself.
I think that to be honest, I think that if I was, let me just tell you what I think I would do.
You think too much.
First of all, I wouldn't inherently think that because white people are a part of this case that it has to be improprieties. And that since white people in Mississippi are doing an investigation, that somehow it has to be a bad investigation. However, I would make sure that they do a fair investigation to get to the bottom of what happened to my son. 100,000%. I would not hire Benjamin Crump to be involved whatsoever.
You would not be defending the suspect.
Let me just say this real quick.
Crap. You would not be defending the suspect.
Bear with me.
No, we're not.
Why does Benjamin Crump have to be involved in this?
Why you hate against Crump? Why does
Benjamin Crump have to be involved?
What is your problem with Crump?
What value do he add?
Look at his eyes.
To a potential criminal investigation.
Dumbass.
He's a civil rights attorney. What is he going to do for your case?
Immature, big,
but muddy it up. Like my thing is this: if my son were to go on a trip with his friends, come.
I can't stand this dumbass. Look at him. Look at him. He's such a waste man. Okay? He's saying that his interest, and he got to be looking so hard, thinking about his answer, because his main interest is to defend the white folks, the majority white folks, and the two little black dude that are on the side of the white folks who are possibly the murderers, right? The unalivers who had taken the life of Nolan. Or there's a much higher possibility and the probability that these white folks that this Tatum ass crack guy is defending, right? There's a much greater possibility that these white folks are defending or protecting the one who had unalive Nolan. Okay? And this pig here, look at his nose. He's definitely a pig. Look at how his nose is pink and big onk nostril. Look at his onk nostril. Such a big ass pig. Sour pig. Oh my goodness. Oh, bomboclad. Oh, rascalad. Oh, bomboclad. Oh, rascalad. I hear them say, yes, Officer Tatum, you should not live past this year. You should not live to see 2027. You should go at the same realm where Nolan Xavier Wells is. There you shall abide and see and face Nolan Xavier Wells' spirit. I hear them say, your time is up, Officer Tatum, racing, this nasty ass racist. Yes, he's Officer Tatum, racist. He's a rectum anus from Uranus. He's a big ass penis. You know what I'm saying? He contradicted himself so many times throughout this video. He had contradicted himself so many times. He had said so many things that if I knew that I could have stopped his live like this, then I would have done it much earlier to interject and point out all the flaws he had allowed to came out of his mouth in this live here. Okay? Because at one point he also said that he believed, he mentioned a few things that possibly could have happened to Nolan that he believed that may have occurred. And he said that he believed, one of the things that he believed is that it's possible that these white folks that was at the lake or whatever beach they were at Horn Island, right? This Officer Tatum racum anus guy, right, said he believed it's possible that some of these white folks had unalive Nolan because they were probably drunk and they were too drunk to understand what was going on. He said some of the most dumbest crap. And these are the folks that he's interviewing that he knows that is possibly are the one that may have unalive Nolan well Xavier or Nolan Xavier well. You know what I'm saying? How deep is the well? You're going in the well too, Officer Tatum Batum. This bull in the pen can't come out. Bull in the pen can't come out. Bull in the pen can't come out. You're going down, Officer Tatum Batum, racum, anus, rectum from Uranus. Your action that you defending and put out here and gave us. You are defending the culprits. You are a sellout that ain't buying. Drop an I'm take a nigga like science. Put an end to his word like the Mayans. It's a celebration for him. Hasn't all chances a day come he may fall. Look in the eyes, it's like crystal ball. Yeah. He's going down, down, down. Down, down, down. We're going down.